Hi guys, so do an outro and then do an intro. This is week 2 for the Owl Crate Readathon, and I have not partaken in pretty much anything I was supposed to. I read like 50 pages of one book that I had designated for this week, but I am stuck. Jeffrey's being loud and cranky. But I've only read one book, kind of part of one book that I was designated to read this readathon. So I've only read part of one book that I was supposed to be reading this week. My TBR consisted of like 5 books, and I read a chunk of one. Instead, I've been reading A Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy, and I'm on page 489 of A Court of Wings and Ruin. So I'm almost done with it. I am loving it so far. I did not intend on reading this entire trilogy this last 2 weeks, but that's what's happening. 700-page books take me a little longer to read, apparently, especially ones that I am so invested in, that I love so much that I keep rereading passages because they're so wonderful. So my mean family is making me leave the house and not making me not read like I want to. So I'll try to take you guys with me. Hopefully I can do something like vlog during that, but I am a terrible outside vlogger. So we'll see. I will talk to you guys soon and give you an update soon. Bye! Hi guys, welcome back. So yesterday was kind of a whirlwind. We did a bunch of little things. We have some like little clips of videos for you, but we went home and I read, and the book was so amazing and the ending was so powerful that I made myself mildly I just bit my tongue. I made myself mildly sick, and so I ended up having to take a little break for like an hour and then finish the last 10 pages. A Court of Wings and Ruin is now finished, and I should probably move on to something else. It was so good. I loved it, and I have no idea why people would give any of these books, you know, bad ratings. I've heard that 1 was okay, 2 was amazing, and 3 was eh. I thought they were all amazing. All 3 of them. Loved them completely, and I'm now eyeballing Throne of Glass, wondering when I should start that, because yes, loved. And then today you have a little bit more footage of us. We went to the grocery store, we went out on a little date, we went to GameStop and got a Switch for Pat to take on deployment with him. And then I have not started another book yet, so I will let you guys know when I do and how far I get. Bye! Hi guys, so welcome back. I'm grabbing something off my desk so I can show you what I've been up to. So I talked to you guys for a few minutes yesterday, and I got home from all of our running our little errands and having our little date night out. So you'll see like a picture of our pizza, and we got a Switch yesterday. And of course my family is mildly obsessed with all things Zelda, and we got this cool little case to hold the Switch in. I thought was awesome. It's really white though, so it's not mine to hold on to, it's Pat's to hold on to, because I will get it dirty. But he's going on deployment soon, and he wanted to take one of our gaming systems, and nobody wanted to let him take anything with him. So we talked about it, and he decided to go ahead and get another Switch. So we still have one. We got one on opening day or launch day or whatever day that is. We went out at midnight and picked up our Switch a year and a half ago. So we already have the Switch in a couple of games, but he rebought 2 games, and now he has something to take with him when he goes away. So he's taking it with him this week, and he's taking it with him on deployment because he's going to be gone for 6+ months and wants to be able to take something with him. So we did that, and then we got home, and I wanted to read something, but I was like kind of in a slight funk from reading the ACOTAR series. I absolutely loved it. I want to be friends with Sarah J. Maas. I want to crawl inside of her head and live there with her characters. I have not read Throne of Glass yet, but one of the girls I've been talking to is currently reading it. Not has read it, she's currently reading it. So she's going to give me a heads up, and as soon as this readathon is over, then I'm going to probably join her in reading it, depending on how she likes it. So to get me kind of out of the mind frame of those, I decided to go for a graphic novel, because I figured, hey, graphic novels are short, they're easy, they're fun, and it will get me out of that, I only want to read one book type of situation. So I grabbed Who is AC? And it took me like an hour to read this. It took me a little bit longer to read them than I expected because I was confused and I had to reread parts of it. I mean, it may not have taken me that long. It feels like it took me a while. And I gave it like 2.5 stars. It's not bad. The art is pretty cool. I liked it. Let me find a good picture for you guys. But the art was good. I liked it. It was very comic strip-ish, and I thought it was really pretty, and I liked it a lot, but I don't really get the point of the story. So she is flying to a new home and gets a phone call from some random number while she's on the plane, and when they land, they wake her up and she doesn't remember the rest of the flight. And then once she is out and about doing stuff in her new town, there is a robbery, and she picks up her phone and it turns her into a superhero, but it doesn't say how, it doesn't say why, and the whole thing is just kind of but it did its job. It got me out of my funk. It got me kind of going, okay, that kind of blew. What can I read now? So it was like 8 o'clock at night, and I grabbed Foolish Hearts. And I thought, oh, good, I'll create book. And one of the girls, her name's Nicole, she thought that she said she read this and it was amazing. She loved it. So I went ahead and I picked it up, and it was like 8 o'clock at night, which was a bad decision because I'm done. I read from like 8 o'clock at night until like 3:45 in the morning, and I read the whole thing. It was amazing. My only complaint is I didn't start it earlier, because if I had started it earlier in the day, I could have finished it before the middle of the night. I only got a couple hours of sleep, and I woke up at like 9 a.m. oddly awake. So I have a feeling that things are going to crash for me later. And I'm already starting to get tired, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm sorry, I have not updated you guys at all today. So good. It was hilariously funny. It was endearing, and it was sweet. It's about this girl who goes to an all-girls prep school, and it starts off with her being at this tea, like a prissy tea for like snobby girls at school. She was invited. She decided to go. She had to go to the bathroom, and the mom who gave her directions wasn't specific enough with the directions. She said, oh yeah, down the hall on the right. And she went down looking, and the first room that she saw was a bedroom with an ensuite. And so she rushed in there to go to the bathroom. And while she was in there, one of her school's cutest couple in her school, which is kind of funny because it's an all-girls school, so there's not a ton of couples within the school. There's couples that span between her school and the boys' school that's on the same property, but not explicitly in her school. And they had this big argument and broke up with her in the bathroom. And they didn't know she was there until her phone started ringing, and it made for awkwardness. And then school starts, and she gets paired up with one of the girls in the breakup to do a project together, and they did a very bad job. In order to salvage their grades, they had to try out to be in the school play A Midsummer Night's Dream. The girls' school and the boys' school do like a co-work together to do plays. So any play that they do them together as a group. And if you try out, you have to work on the set, at least, even if you don't get a part. So the two girls went in, total enemies. They had to work together on this play. It ended up being so cute, so funny, and I ended up reading. I was about 200 pages into it when Pat passed out, and I would read him little sections of it because it was just... They were snarky and funny and witty, and I love contemporary as it is, but this is probably one of the best ones I've read in a while, so loved it, loved it, loved it. And then after that, I chatted with one of my friends for a few minutes to help calm me down from my little book high, and I ended up falling asleep around 4:15ish. And woke up at 9 to my kitty cat playing with a Ricola on the floor because we kept a bag at the bottom of the bed just in case we needed something while we were dinking around. She knocked it off and pulled some Ricolas out and was chasing them all over the room. But we have company coming over today for dinner tonight, and so we have spent the day mostly cleaning. I updated my planner. I imported all of last week's video and as well as my plan with me's and my sticker haul and all that kind of stuff. I imported it all into my computer. I updated my screensaver, so now instead of having the generic National Geographic pictures on my computer, I actually have pictures of my family, my friends, and my kitty cats. I'm saying a lot. And then in order to clean the house up, I cleaned up my book mess. So all of my shelves have books on them, and there's only a couple of little stacks of books that are lingering in the house now. Everything kind of is put away. I can show you guys really quick. I mean, it's not like a great, it's not, yeah, well, it's not great, but I'll show you. Okay, so hold on. And this is the camera that I use for my normal vlogging stuff, and all of my videos is this little guy. He's my new one that replaced that one. And I don't know, there's not a lot of rhyme or reason right now. So this shelf was going to be like fantasy stuff, but it didn't end up being that way. It ended up being kind of a hodgepodge. And then down here we have the graphic novels, the Every Horror Doorway series. This is just there because I didn't know else to put it. And then I have Holly Black right here, but I don't have Cruel Prince. It's in the pile at my feet. And then this is mostly contemporary. That one is mostly contemporary. And this one is still mostly Rick Riordan. And then I have all of my Al-Crate books for the most part right there. This is my new screensaver, which I love. It's so cute. I'm so happy with it. So this is the little one that's by my bed. Again, total hodgepodge. This is all of my notebooks, my planner stuff, nothing booky. This, I don't know. I'm trying to put all my series together. So I have a part of a series here, I have part of a series here, and then these are all 3 parts of series. Harry Potter is just up here because it's the one I'm working on right now on my audiobook, and I like to keep track and sometimes read along. This is my Sarah J. Maas, Susan Dennard stuff. The Flawed and Perfect I put up here because I had room for it. This is where the ACOTARs go, but they're on my desk right now because I need to do my wrap up. These are mostly adult books. This is my little bookshelf. It's kind of, I don't know, it's a mix mash. All my mangas are down here, and then I have a bunch of little stuff. This is my pile of get rid of. I just haven't really gone through enough to make sure that I'm sure about all of that. These ones haven't changed a ton. They have changed some recently, but not too recent. So more planners and sticker stuff. PC Cast, and then just some random series. And then down here I've got all my Rachel Mead, and again some little extra stuff. I have to Harry Mafi here, and I also have it in the other room, so I'm probably going to consolidate them together. This is my Harry Potter shelf, which is coming together quite nicely, and I really think it's cute. This one is the Amy Kaufman, J. Kristoff stuff, and then some Megan Spooner, because she does the, Amy Kaufman does some stuff with Megan Spooner. And then I have all of my Leigh Bardugo, and then the Anne-Marie McLemore is back there in the corner. This is the book that I'm hoping to read next, I think, I'm not sure. And then down here is all of my Alice's, or Alice retellings, or Alice-ish stuff. These are just some random books. Then I have all of my Laini Taylors and the Mara Diary series, which I haven't read yet, but it fit. I have some more Jenna Showalter. I've got another Jenna Showalter book with me. The rest of them are in storage, but I don't have it over here. I have my Asylum series, the Magic Poison series, my City of Bones book there, even though the rest of it's in another part of the house. I thought it was really pretty, and I just don't want it to put it there. And then again, it's kind of a mishmash. These are also Alice books, but they're not going to fit over there right now. I'm going to have to fix that later. I don't know, I'll probably take Mara Dyer out and put those ones in. And then I just have some random stuff in the bottom. I've never read her. I've had those books for probably 7 or 8 years, and I have never read them. These ones over here I started, and I don't want to get rid of, but I don't know if I'm actually going to read or not, so we'll see. And then last bookshelf upstairs is all my L.J. Smith stuff. I have Ransom Riggs in the corner over here, and then just, you know, I'm trying to keep all my stuff together, and it's just, I don't know, it's a mess. And I have a bunch of Libba Bray and Marissa Marr. Yeah, that's what I was doing. So that's what I was doing today to get ready for our company to come over, and it's still a little bit messy, but that's my life, and nothing's changing anytime soon. But I have not read anything today. I still want to finish this A.L.O.E Readathon and actually be successful and read A.L.O.E books. So far I have 1 book. They want you to read at least 2 from 2 different genres, and then their oldest book. My oldest book is Roseblood, and if I read Roseblood, that will, I think, be 2 different genres. I kind of want to read Wild Beauty. I've been wanting to read it for a while. I'm just not sure if I'm in the mood for it, because I'm not sure what I'm in the mood for, period. So that's your update. Where are you going?
Japan.
Why are you going there?
To put out fake fires.
Ah, fake fires. It's fun. What you gonna buy me?
I don't know yet. Depends on if I get to go explore Tokyo or not.
He's gonna look for Harry Potter and Pops, because Pops are a thing, and we like them now. We've always liked them, but we started collecting them now that we're not going to Disney and collecting Disney stuff. Oh, I just realized that. So we're on our way to the airport. Luckily, it's really close to our house because he's supposed to be there in 5 minutes. The plane doesn't leave in 5 minutes, but it's like 2 hours before in 5 minutes, and he's going international, so they want him, yeah, whatever.
Should really be there 3 hours prior.
It's a really small airport. Like, really, really small.
And we have TAC pre-check. It helps speed things along a little bit too.
So that's what we're doing. We went to the grocery store and got some more vegan food and this like weird drink that's like vinegar, but it's good. I'm very confused about this drink, by the way. And then we went to GameStop and he got another game for his Switch, which is literally his Switch. Have you ever had your own game system, like just yours since you were like a kid? Or not a kid, I guess, but like living with James?
No, I had to play the PSP, but I came back off deployment. We sold it.
He's probably still gonna have to share, because let's just be real here. Sharing is caring, as long as it's not the flute. So, we did that today, and then we got home and he grabbed the rest of his stuff together, and now we are off to the airport. I got a couple boxes today. I'm going to be doing my A.L.O.E crate unboxing. I got the A.L.O.E crate junior because me and Elise have been eyeballing it for a while. The books sound really cute, and the stuff inside she gets all excited about, even though she's 13 and it's not really meant for her age group. But she still enjoys all of the stuff. We couldn't get last month. We got pushed back on the wait list. We've been on the wait list since December. And when January's boxes got opened up, they emailed me and told me that I was still on the wait list, but I got pushed back because they weren't able to take me off. But they did take me off the wait list last month, so February is our first A.L.O.E crate junior box, and me and Elise will open that later. I'm gonna open mine today, but I don't know if she's gonna open hers or not. But that's it so far. No reading. I'm gonna listen to Harry Potter on the way home because I listen to Harry Potter whenever I'm alone in the car, and I'll listen to it when I go get Elise, so I'll hopefully get a decent chunk of that book done because I've been on it for a lot longer than usual. But I haven't been doing a lot of driving and I haven't been doing a lot of working out, and those are the times that I always listen. So that changes this week. I'm going to take my daughter to school early and we're going to work out before she goes, and I'm going to get this book read and get myself in shape at the same time. But yeah, that's the update, and I'll update you again later. Bye. Hi guys, so I don't remember the last time I updated you guys, so I'm thinking it was the day before yesterday. I'm not sure. Yesterday I read almost 100 pages in Roseblood, and I listened to like 6 chapters of Harry Potter, which was, hold on, I can tell you exactly how much I read / listened to yesterday. Okay, so I had 90 pages of Roseblood and 95 pages of Harry Potter. So I actually had a pretty decent reading day. I listened to Harry Potter while I did my nails. I did my toes and my nails, which I haven't done in ages, and it's so nice to have painted nails again. For probably a couple of years there, you wouldn't catch me without at least my toes painted at all times. And I have not had them done since I moved here, I think. So I have my fingers and my toes all done. I've been working on a bunch of filming. So I did an A.L.O.E crate and an A.L.O.E crate junior the other day. I don't know if I told you guys that or not. Basically I've just been doing a lot of filming, some reading, that kind of stuff. I haven't been doing a ton of anything. I'm just kind of, I don't know what I'm doing. Elise had me running ragged on Wednesday. I came home from dropping her off at school and I passed out until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So sleeping from like 10 to 1 o'clock in the afternoon in the middle of the day for no reason whatsoever is a little bit on the odd side for me. I mean, it's not totally unheard of. I do it occasionally, but I've been sleeping a lot lately, and I think I actually feel better. Like I didn't realize I was sleep deprived until I slept a ton. So I'm uploading right now. I am uploading my A.L.O.E and my Elise's A.L.O.E Jr. You'll have to watch the whole thing because girl farted like nobody's business at the very beginning when we were first starting. So we started over again, but just to humiliate her just a little bit, I put it at the end, which it doesn't humiliate her at all. She doesn't care. She's one of those girls that's like, ha ha ha, yep, it's funny. It's funny because you're so grossed out. My daughter. I also am putting up last week's vlog, and that thing was like an hour and 20 minutes when I started, and I got it down to like 35. So it seems manageable. This one will not be nearly as long because I have not been filming nearly as much. But today is the last full day of the vlog. My husband comes home tonight, and I haven't read that much this last couple weeks. I will do a little recap of what I read this last couple weeks. I think I read most of A Court of Mist and Fury, all of Wings and Ruin, all of Foolish Hearts, and Who is AC? I'm not, I'll have to go look to make sure, but I will let you know that, and hopefully I'll get another big chunk of this done. It's really, really good. It's just not a fast read. Like Foolish Hearts was super, super, super quick. Easy, easy, easy. Such a good book. Laughed so much. This one is definitely a good book too. I like it a lot, but it's, I don't know how to say it. You know, some books just takes you longer to read them than others. This is one of those books. It's just taking me a little bit longer to read it. Yeah. Aside from book related stuff, I have laundry to do, but I'll probably listen to, I'm watching Stranger Things right now because I'm trying to catch up. Because my son is annoyed with me that I haven't watched season 2 yet, but I haven't watched season 1 since I first started. And so I'm on like episode 2. Because I have not been in a TV mood lately, but I was just eating lunch and I figured I would watch Stranger Things and do some of my laundry. And then after that, I'll get back to reading. Yeah, okay. Talk to you later. Bye. Hi guys, welcome back. This is the wrap up for my week 2 A.L.O.E Readathon, whatever it's called, I can't remember. All right, so to give you guys a number total for the second week, I read 1,145 pages. And to give you a little bit of a visual, I have a stack of books here that will kind of give us a little visual. I finished reading A Court of Wings and Ruin, which is a 700-page book, and it's got really thin pages, and it's beautifully, and I love it. And I can't wait for the next one to come out. So I have this one that I finished and adored. And then after I read that one, to keep me from going into a slump, you know, getting so tied up with the book that I just couldn't get past it, I read Who is AC? And this was terrible. I mean, the pictures are beautiful, but there's no real purpose. There's no explanation. It does not feel complete. It just sadly was not very good. Did not like it, but it was a quick, easy read. It pulled me right out. The next book I read is Foolish Hearts, and this was actually on the list of A.L.O.E books that I wanted to read. It was amazing. I read it one night. It's like a 300-page book, and I read it over the course of one evening / one morning. So I started it at 8 o'clock at night and finished it at 3 o'clock the next morning. Loved it. So cute. So cute. The next book that I read was Roseblood, which I actually just finished today. So I finished it post Readathon, but I thought it was really, really good. It is a morbid kind of Phantom of the Opera retelling. She also writes a retelling of Alice in Wonderland that I loved. And so what she does is she takes the story and then she writes what happens next parts of it. So this, like Splintered, was about what happens after Alice comes back from being in the rabbit hole. This one is about what happens after all the Phantom of the Opera stuff, which I've never watched the Phantom of the Opera, so I'm not exactly sure what happens, but it does give me a decent amount of information, so I could probably guess what happens. But it's based in the opera house that the Phantom of the Opera took place in, and it follows some of the ancestors from the book as well as the Phantom, and it was really good. It's not a fast read, at least for me. Like Foolish Hearts was a really fast read. I read it with no problem, just went through it. This one I did not read very fast. I also didn't read A.L.O.E very fast. So I've noticed that some books I can read really quickly. Other ones are a little more dense. They have a little more information. They're a little bit slower paced. I'll still love them. They take me a little bit longer to read. This one took me a wee bit longer to read, but I really enjoyed it. And so I did get 2 A.L.O.E books read. They are 2 different genres. This one is like a fantasy, magical realism type of thing, and this one is just contemporary. This is the oldest book that I have from A.L.O.E, so I did technically, if you don't count the fact that I just finished this after it was over, I completed all 3 challenges. 2 different genres, as well as 2 books, as well as my oldest book. But I like them both. They're both really good, and the fact that I spent most of the time reading Sarah J. Maas is completely, doesn't matter, whatever. And the other book that I've been working my way through is Harry Potter. I'm not quite done with it yet, but I'm getting close. I'm listening to it because I think that'd be a fun way to re-experience the books by rereading them in the audio format instead of just straight rereading them. But I do spend some time actually reading through them. But I did my nails this week, and between letting my nails dry in a very humid state where it takes a long time for them to dry, I got quite a bit listened to. Plus I listened to them when I work out. I listened to it when I was working out, when I was driving my daughter around. So I actually got a fair chunk of this done this last week. But that's it. That's my reading vlog. I would love to do more of these. I'm hoping to do Zoe's 24-hour coming up next weekend. We do have plans on that night, so I may shift it so that way I either do it the day before or I do it like, 5 o'clock at night to 5 o'clock at night. That way I can still go to the thing and then crash afterwards. But we'll see. I haven't quite decided yet, but I do want to do a 24-hour. I thought that'd be a lot of fun, and so maybe I'll figure something out. I mean, I'm already a day ahead of everybody in the States, so why not just make it worse? All right, so that's it. That's my readathon. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.